Hello everyone, JammyJet here. Today we're looking at a game called Mayhem, and this is a small little indie game which came out on Steam very recently. It's a 2D rail shoot 'em up. I don't really do lots of these let's look out things, but I really felt like I had to give this game a shout. The game consists of lots of different game modes, such as Classic, where you go from level to level shooting up baddies. It has sort of a story, but I mean it's nothing more lucid than shooting bad guys and saving your girlfriend. Time Bomb is sort of a very, you are against the clock and you've got to shoot the enemies. Arcade is, you know, you're just going from level to level trying to stack up points. And Survival, seeing how many levels you can play in a row without actually getting killed. The story mode consists of 45 levels, 15 in each of these different areas. The art style and humour is pretty funny in this game. I mean, it's nothing to be applauded, but it definitely does its job within the game. You'll actually have no control of the character whatsoever in terms of movement, other than jumping. The real playing ability, such as, really comes from shooting the enemies. They'll move onto the screen and you'll just shoot them, moving the reticle with the mouse. You can jump by hitting the right mouse button rather, but it's really nothing that happens too often, and when it does happen you usually get prompted in the corner of the screen anyway. So you can rack up points from headshots and streaks of killing enemies in a row, and trust me, it sounds boring and repetitive, and it looks boring and repetitive, but it can be incredibly addicting. Now, part of the enjoyment of the game comes from the supplies in the armory. So, not just supplies, you can get things like airstrikes, robo, mayhem, which turns you into invincible god, hero time, which is basically slow motion, super bullets, which kill anything they touch, and continues, which allow you to carry on once you get hit a certain amount of times. You can buy the continues with coins when you die, so if you don't actually have any continues in your inventory, you can pay like 500 coins, and you can actually, you know, come back to life, so that's kind of cool. The weapons also play a major part in the game. You can equip weapons, you can buy them if you don't already own them, but that really only happens in the iOS game. This is sort of, you know, they don't want you to have to put coins into the game that you don't own. But if you really are thinking of getting this game, I recommend you pick it up on iOS or Android, because it is free. And you can just see how it plays. If it's the sort of game you think you're interested in, you can give it a go. The closed menu's pretty fun as well. You know, you get lots of upgrades and stuff, lots of references too, like things like Indiana Jones and Michael Jackson's Thriller and things like that. It's just like these cool little references. Obviously, you got Rambo there, Chuck Norris, by the look of it. You know, you got some random ones as well, like the chicken hat, which don't really have a reference. It's just complete. Overall, Mayhem plays incredibly well. It can get boring and repetitive at times, but trust me, it's incredibly fun once you get into it. It can take a little while for that to happen sometimes, but the mechanics are so simplistic and the art style is so awesome and cartoony, it speaks for itself in terms of fun, and you can have hours in this game. The time will escape you. You will not know where the time has gone when you're playing this game. It's incredibly fun. It's a sort of game you can just pick up and play at any point. There's not really, it's not the sort of game you're going to hardcore, you know, have like a 5-hour session on. It's the sort of game you can just pick up and play at any point, and that's why I'm awarding Mayhem a 7.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Boop.